What's up, everybody? This is your boy NYC New York Chris, and I'm back with another video, y'all. Today's cold. Today was a wonderful day to start off with, and today's always going to be a good day every time progression is happening. So, one important thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is how do I save money? So today, my day was pretty good. I went on my usual runs looking for stores for installations, and I also went to different locations rather than the ones that I usually inspect and stuff like that. And I found a couple areas that actually have like some new stores opening up that has some potential, some mom and pops, hair braiding and beauty salons and stuff like that. Those are pretty good stores to check out, so you could be able to catch a lead. I also did some side work, some painting work and stuff like that for a renovated area around my old neighborhood. So I painted a whole room with the paint machine that I told you, the Paint Pro 360 that I spoke to you guys about one of my last previous videos. So I actually got some good work done with that machine right there. So I made some extra side cash today. So I made about $300 for a couple parts of the room and stuff like that I painted. So it was pretty good. So today I wanted to speak to you guys about saving money. How do I save my money? One thing that I've been doing my whole life, and my father's always taught this to me ever since I was a kid, because my father's been doing his own self-employed business where he's been doing a whole lot of hands-on handyman work. He does carpentry work, electrical, plumbing, household details. The list goes on and on. So my father is like the jack of all trades. He's good with his hands 100%. Anything that you could think of that needs to be fixed, he could pretty much handle. He does so much fixing with his hands, so much handyman work, that he knows so much in that area, that things that I don't even think that I wouldn't think that he would know how to fix. He'll know how to fix. Like, he doesn't do mechanical work, but since he knows a lot about electrical and carpentry and stuff like that, those things come in handy. So he could just look at something and just go with it and just figure out how to fix it. So that's a gift that my father has. So he always tries to like drop a whole lot of jewels on me and teach me different kind of lessons and valuable things that I could use in life though. So one of the main things that my father's always taught me when I was a kid was how to save money. And we've always, anything that we've ever done, like we've always done carpentry work, a lot of carpentry work in the neighborhood, specifically carpentry work. A lot of work that my father's done, hands-on, he's made in cash. He's never been like, he's old school. So every work that he does, he'll do it off of the knowledge that he knows. He never really worked with anyone in a partnership and stuff like that. He's always been very successful doing the things that he does by himself. So one thing that he's always taught me since I was a kid was the 10% rule. Now the 10% rule is something that I've been using since I was a kid, and it's been very valuable in my life for until now. Through my whole life, I've been using this 10% rule, and I've never had any complaints about this my whole life. So no matter what I've done, I'll always use this 10% rule. The 10% rule is anything that you make from anything that you've received, any kind of income that you have, you will save 10% out of that amount that you've made and put it to the side. I don't care where you put it at. Put it in a piggy bank, put it in a savings account, put it under a mattress, in a shoe, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because when you think about it, in this day and age, growing up and now, it's been rough. It's rough out here. So you will never know when you'll be you will need some extra cash. You will never know when you need emergency money or anything to get by through the day, especially the way the economy is going, with fluctuations in pricing and food and emergency things that's been happening in the world, like things just out of the ordinary that's been happening lately that you can't even really explain, because the is basically not told. The whole story is not told. So, all of these natural disasters happening in areas where it's hot weather and stuff like that. Luckily, a lot of natural disasters doesn't happen in New York City pertaining to the weather. But one thing I can say is that you won't want to be prepared in everything that you do in life, like I always say. So one thing to be prepared is to use the 10% rule. You will save 10% out of any income that you will get. It doesn't matter if you receive $1 from someone, if you receive $10, $20, $100, it doesn't matter what it is. Anytime that you've received something from somewhere, from any kind of source of income, anything, a handout or anything, you will save 10% out of that amount. So what I've been doing ever since I was a kid, I've been working in supermarkets, and I've been working in youth centers as a kid. Growing up, I've been working in a lot of warehouses and stuff of that hard labor nature. My profession growing up as a teenager, all the way up to my mid-20s, I've been doing culinary arts and working in restaurants and stuff like that. So pretty much a lot of areas that I've been working in, I've been able to receive tips, good wages and stuff like that, being consistent to certain job titles of that nature. So what I would do is nowadays, saving money in a piggy bank or a shoebox and stuff like that, and actually seeing your money all the time, it could be tempting for you to be the type of person to go in and out of your savings and stuff like that. So I suggest that you guys open up a savings account, something with a low yield interest, or even a debit card with a low yield interest. I don't know too much about those kind of cards, and I don't know too much about saving on cards too much, because what I do is I ignore my money if I do save it in a shoebox or a piggy bank or a jar or any kind of that kind of natures, because I'm pretty much old school myself. So I'm still young, but I'm in my nature, I'm still pretty much old school. So that's how I was raised, and I feel like that's the smartest thing for a person to do. Especially if you don't want any kind of banks taking percentages out of your hard-earned money that you've been making and stuff like that. That's all respect to that. But one thing that I could say is the 10% rule never fails you. If you're consistent with the 10% rule, like I say, if you're consistent with it every time that you receive income, this will keep you from being left stranded somewhere, down and out, in need, a time of a true emergency. And I'm not talking about some time when you were hungry and you didn't have nothing to eat but a bag of ramen noodle soup. Like that's still something to eat. That's not really an emergency. I'm talking about an emergency where, God forbid, your house burned down, or your car or your car broke down, or your children needs this or that, or you need this or that, something of that nature that is in a dire emergency. where you need funds to take out and you need to use that funds now. Instead of waiting for a loan or handout or anything, your 10% rule will cover you. It is basically going to be your own safety net. So the 10% rule basically works if you let it work, like I told you. So if you were a regular working citizen, a regular working person, you receive income from a part-time job. Say you work part-time, and you make minimum wage. You make minimum wage let's refer this example to a New York City life. This is all my knowledge that I know of as far as receiving income or wages or any of that kind of nature. New York City life. So in New York City, the minimum wage amount is, as of January 1st, 2025, the minimum wage amount now is $16.50. And statistically, from the Bureau of Labor, the average amount of hours that you can do as a part-time worker is 30 to 35 hours. Now, if you make if you do part-time hours and you do a standard 5-day week, a standard 5-day week is gonna be maybe like 6 hours a day. Say if you do 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. 6 hours a day is 30 hours. 6 or 7 hours is 30 to 35 hours. So if you do 30 hours as a part-time worker and you make $16.50 an hour. Every week before taxes, because you live in America. Let's be real, people. You live in America, and in America you have to pay taxes. You're gonna pay taxes regardless of anything. So in America you have to pay taxes, but this is my example. I'm referring my example to before taxes. Now, if you do 30 hours and you make $16 an hour, or $16.50 an hour, 30 times $16.50 is $495 a week before taxes. Now, if you make $495 an hour before taxes, you literally if you save 10% out of $495, that's $49.50 every week. Now, if you save $49.50 every week for a year is 365 days. So if you save $495 a week, you will be able to save $18,067.50 every year, just off of a part-time 30-hour job, 5 days a week. That's it. You will be able to save $18,067.50. You think about that for a whole year. Now, if you were doing 35 hours and you were making minimum wage $16.50, you will make $577.50 before taxes. Now, if you make $577.50 a week, 10% out of that is $57.75. If you save $57.75 for 365 days, which is a year, you can save $21,078.75 for the whole year. If you are a full-time worker, full-time hours, statistically, is 40 hours plus. Now you think about that. 40 hours times $16.50 is $660. $660 times 365 days, That's $24,090 a year. Come on, people. If that doesn't make sense to you to follow the 10% rule, I don't know what I don't know what's stopping you guys from saving money. Anything that you want to do in life, you will be able to get it yourself if you are a law-abiding citizen with a standard working job. A standard working job. If you are making minimum wage, mathematically, you will still be able to save money. Now, these are the numbers that I'm telling you before taxes. Of course, Uncle Sam wants his piece in America, and in New York City, they really want their piece. The taxes are different everywhere. The taxes aren't the same everywhere. And, the wages aren't the same everywhere either. But what I'm giving you guys an example is, if there's a will, there's always a way. If you receive income, there's always a way. Even if you receive handouts, there's a way. And you never give up hope. You always stay positive, and you always stay humble, and you always stay positive. Anytime that a person with positivity that surrounds them comes around others, they always ignite like a bright light. It's never failed for me of my whole life. If I've ever needed something in life and I put my mind to it, I've always received it. Even if I've went through hard times in my life, struggling and doing a whole bunch of things that I known that I didn't want to do as of work, labored work and stuff like that, I still came up victorious off of everything. Still stand strong on my 10 toes, 2 feet. So my whole lesson today that I want to reach out to you guys about is, don't give up hope. If you're a person that is struggling in life, if you're a person that is going through things in life, if you're out of work, if you are stuck in a dead-end job where you are not making much money, if you're stuck, period, in life, you never give up hope. The 10% rule will always save you. That'll save you through anything. If you are a person that is living out in the street and you getting $1 if you asking for $1 in the street because you need it, if you follow that 10% rule, you get $1 from someone, you save 10 cents, you spend 90 cents to save you. You get $1 from 10 people and you save 10 cents. You have $1 saved. And you think about that rule through everything. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, down from the smallest to the biggest. If you make side money doing side jobs like painting or cleaning or delivery driving, anything of that kind of nature where you receive cash, if you receive tips from your job, or if you in that kind of job where you receive a paycheck and you could get tips, everything counts. Everything counts. You stay on your grind. You stay at it consistently. You stay at this 10% rule consistently. And I promise you guys, you will never look back from needing help from any other person but yourself. You will be your own person. Your own individually strong person. So, with that being said, everything will work out in that sense. So always stick to that rule. Always remember the principles of everything. And like I said, taxes is different in every state. So you will never know how much you will make, but still, regardless of the fact of how much you make, you follow that 10% rule and you'll be able to save a whole lot of money every year. Regardless if it's minimum wage that you make, under minimum wage, if you're making a great job, it doesn't matter about anything. You stick to that rule and you'll be able to survive, and everything will become much better in life. So, people, with that being said, I just hope and pray that this message was valuable to you guys. I hope that I've set an impact on some people's lives that needed to hear this. And I really support I really appreciate all the support that I get from everywhere. Whether it's you guys that watch me every day, whether it's anybody around me that I've conduct business with, whether it's my family or friends. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me as of support, because everyone needs support to make it in life. So like I said, I appreciate everything, and I ask that you guys please support my channel and subscribe. Please share this information, because it's all the information that I do my best to feed out to you guys is valuable information to me that I've been taught from people older than me or people wiser than me, people in every kind of different walks of life. This information is important to me, so I humbly ask that you guys will spread this information and help someone else out. Like I come to you guys and do as well. So I appreciate everything once again. Please like this video, share this video, and please comment if you guys have any comments on anything. I appreciate everything once again. I love you guys. Until next time.